or that during the meeting, please do not move out. If you have to, then please wait till the speaker finishes and applause to start. Don't interrupt in self-talk as it disturbs the protocol. You can freely network during the break or after the meeting. Instruction for water and restroom. Now let's welcome our presiding officers. He is one of our chartered members of Bombay Toastmasters. He has performed multiple roles in Toastmasters Club, currently club president for Toastmasters, and also district secretary for our district besides. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hand to welcome our presiding officer, Arvind Nayak.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
This is the last meeting of the Toastmaster year. The Toastmaster year being from the 1st of July to the 30th of June. And this is the last meeting of the year 2014-15. And I, as President, this will be my last meeting as President. And I welcome you all. Before I start, we do see our hall is filled with a lot of guests. I'd like some of our guests to come up here. Just tell us your name and let us know how you came to know about Toastmasters and what you expect from the program. And this will be done in a minute's time. I would also like to shake hands when you come on stage and shake hands as we leave the stage. Those are the protocols that we maintain at Toastmasters. So may we have one of the guests come, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Colonel Chow, now retired, and now practicing law in Delhi. I am here as a visitor in Bombay Toastmasters. My son stays here. He is the one who has attended. He is the who motivated me to come to this. He told me that you may improve your skills of communication. That you may stop that I am a poor communicator. But anyway, he told me that at this age also I can improve. So this motivated me to come here. And I am the guest of Mr. Virender, and he is the honorable member of this. I hope I will improve my communication skills. Thank you.
So yes, please understand, you have to be a minimum of 18 years to join. And as you can see, there is no maximum age to learning, but you keep on learning, and the moment you stop learning means you are dead. So continue your journey of learning every day and go forward, live life. Can we have a guest, please? I'll give a chance to some of the guests as we finish the meeting towards the end. We need to start the meeting. And like I said, today is the last meeting with me as president, and I'd like to place on record certain things that happened, and I'd love to acknowledge the help that I have received from each of the ExCom members, starting with the Sergeant at Arms. Unfortunately, the Sergeant at Arms is not well and is not here, but the person did a great job all through. Then we come to the Secretary of the club. The Secretary is Sienna. Thank you very much for capturing each meeting, having the minutes done, and by Monday, every Monday, we had the minutes going out to the club. Thank you. Well done. We have the treasurer who unfortunately is not here today. He too has done a great job of keeping the accounts and keeping me aware of where we are on the money front. Then we have the Vice President Public Relations. He too is not here. He's an ardent fan of party, but today being RD government's birth atmosphere. He's having a program which he is comparing. So that's another plus point for a Toastmaster to get a chance to compare some other show. You learn how to do it. He's done a wonderful job, done the Google groups and the advertising that goes on our Facebook page, etc. The next person is the weekly membership. Weekly membership is Shivani. Thank you very much for
Man of the match award.
The club has added members, and Toastmasters has a program thrice a year where you add 5 members. It's a contest, and the membership, Vice President membership has added 5 members, and Toastmasters has given her a ribbon which says Talk Up Toastmasters, 5 members added. The award was in February. Then we have the Vice President Education, Hasnain. I didn't do a job. I didn't do a single thing this whole year. It was a whole team who did it, and it was Vice President Education who took forward the club, ensured that everybody got speaking slots, and yes, Toastmasters does have a yearly goal that we have to meet. We have 10 goals that we need to meet, and he was the one who drove it. And yes, we have achieved the 10 DCP goals, the Distinguished Club Program, which has 10 goals, and we have achieved it this year. And way back in January, we achieved the 10 goals. You have the time, the whole year until the 30th of June, and you already achieved it in 4 months. Great job. And with that, I'd like to invite the first role player for today. Today we will have the meeting in 3 parts. It's actually a speakathon today because we have numerous speakers. We normally have just 3 or 4 speakers, and then we have a tabletop round, that's the impromptu speech round, and then we have the evaluation round where the speeches delivered are evaluated. So let's begin with the meeting, and I'll call on the first Toastmaster, who is the grammarian, to read out his role.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to listen to everything said
Today's theme is the driving force. Have you ever imagined or thought what drives you in life? Why you do what you do? If you come here, why? If people join gangsters, they become gangsters. Why? If people smoke, why? If people want to have $1 million in their account, why? For every why, there is some driving force inside each one of us, which are pre-installed programs. These driving forces, in other words, they are known as 6 human needs. We all human beings on this planet have only 6 needs which we strive to fulfill every waking moment of our life. The way you think, feel, behave or act, you are trying to fulfill one or more of these 6 human needs. It might be a president of the US or might be a poor chap eating from the trash can in some street. Everybody on this planet is striving towards fulfilling the 6 human needs. The difference lies in what you value more and what approach or vehicle you choose to fulfill those needs. And they determine the quality of our lives. So the very first human need is certainty, that is drive to look for comfort. We all human beings want to feel comfortable all the time, and that means being away from pain, that is avoiding pain, and gaining pleasure. Sometimes when I look at myself in meetings a few months or a year ago, I wouldn't speak. Why? Because I had the fear of being ridiculed. If I don't say something meaningful, people will laugh at me. So I had that fear, and because I had that fear, I would not speak. So I was trying to avoid pain, and by not speaking up, many of us overeat or try to eat delicious food because they want to get pleasure. So the very first need which we all have is certainty. The second need, which is a paradox, is uncertainty, that is variety. We all human beings have a need to have some excitement in life, some new challenges in life. And that's why we get bored when we keep on doing the same type of job. So we look for job, different type of job. We get bored when we are sitting at the same place and doing the same thing again and again. We go for movies, we go for a smoke, we go to eat in another restaurant, in the restaurant, away from home, because we are looking for new excitements. So these are the 2 needs out of 6. As we move along, we'll discuss the remaining 4 needs. And when a human being gets addicted to doing anything, it is because that activity or that behavior is fulfilling at least 3 needs or more. Well, now is the time to introduce a few more role players. So help me welcome today's dreaded counter, which is going to be played by Toastmaster Koma.
As our counter, it is my duty to count the number of times you make unnecessary sounds when you're speaking on the stage. For example, so these will be noted by me and I will present them at the end of the report. Back to you, Toastmaster.
The man Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, my duty is to time prepared speeches, table topic speeches and speech evaluations during this meeting. When a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I display the green card. When a speaker reaches the midpoint of the time range allotted, I'll display the yellow card. And when a speaker reaches the end of the speaking time, I'll display the red card. The speaker has 30 seconds grace time before the green or after the red card is displayed to end the speech in order to qualify for the vote. I will report qualifying time to the board. Thank you. Would be given by Toastmaster Service. Let us welcome.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. Always go according to a plan. Have a plan for how you design the next 10 years of your life. Have a plan about how much money you make at the end of the year. And most importantly, have a plan, have a speech prepared for what to speak at Toastmasters. But no doubt how well prepared you are, things are bound to get out of that. Either you'll have someone back out, or you might run short of resources, or there might be an unexpected detour in your plan, and might just throw it off that goal. In such a case, you have two options. Either you abandon your plan, or you learn to be flexible. If you learn to be flexible, you might just have a totally different outcome, or you might learn something from it. You might reach the same outcome in a totally different manner, it might be a different journey altogether. Or you might discover that you have a skill which you never imagined before. So my thought for the day is always have a plan, but at the same time learn to be flexible.
Let us get started with the first round of meeting, that is prepared speech round. The speaker is attending P1. The speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Simani. Can I request Toastmaster Simani to read out the objective of P1, please?
The speaker is attempting project 1, the icebreaker, and the objectives are to begin speaking before an audience, to discuss the speaking skills you already have, and skills that need some attention. And the time is 4 to 6 minutes.
When I asked the speaker, what drives you in life? And where do you see yourself 5 years from now? He said, I would like to be associated with the creative field. And where do you see yourself? You would like to explore in the active field. Let us welcome our first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Kasi, Life of Adaptation. Life of Adaptation, Toastmaster Kasi.
My critics have to say that I have driven this attitude since birth. They say that when I was born, for the first 1.5 years, I did not talk to anyone. A humble guy otherwise, from a very humble surrounding where I have come from. A small, very, very small village in Maharashtra called Ranada. How humble? It's interesting to know. It's a small hamlet, lush green hamlet. You go just 500 meters to your right or left and you will find fresh water streams flowing all throughout the year. Because of the region being so well aerated, the cultivation of pumpkins and watermelon is in abundance. So the only fruit I had was muskmelons and watermelons. Beyond that, I did not know what fruits are. Come to my school, Bal Mandir, Marathi medium school. Very effective school. Because they did not have to give you any homework. They did not believe in textbooks. They did not believe in notebooks. The only thing we carried was a slate and a small piece of chalk, with which we wrote hardly, well, definitely something at least. It was pitch dark. After sunset, within 1 hour and a half, everybody would prepare their meals, relish them, and go to bed. Only thing to be seen was the stars in the sky and could hear the howlings of the dogs. I was fascinated by bullock carts. I enjoyed the rides of bullock carts. I used to run after them, hang on them, and enjoy the ride till my hands would ache. And the bumps on the road were thrilling. Very thrilling. In spite of them, sometimes bruising my bumps and my knees. But I enjoyed it. I was very skillful. I was a skilled manipulator of reasons for the bruises, but my mother always knew the truth. I was aware that all my sinful doings are being reported by her to her father, my grandfather. My grandfather, a very fast-sighted person, he held me and he said, "Boy, you are coming to Mumbai." I didn't say yes. I didn't say no, I don't know. I was in Mumbai. Holding his hand tight, when we were crossing the road, I saw cars, not one, not two, so many of them. Believe me, back home, the sight of a car would mean a long cherished desire coming true. What cheered me, suddenly the same cars now aimed me. Because they were not passing by us, they were just pounding on us. My grandfather firmed his grip on my hand. I looked up at him and I could read in his eyes. He said, "Boy, there is much more to come. Start adapting." That was my first lesson to adapt to things through life. Next, I was in an English medium school, Jack and Jill Nursery School, learning ABCD. A for apple was very interesting because I learned for the first time that there is another fruit called apple besides melons. B for bat was extremely abstract for me. Though the figure was there in the book, but I couldn't visualize the use of it. C for cat, D for dog, G for goat, very comfortable I was. I started adapting, learning Queen's English. Now, I learn languages, I learn sciences, I learn geography, history, mathematics, arithmetic, what not. I passed my SSC, I passed my HSC, and then what? I got married. We made a beautiful couple. I, an undergraduate, and she, a graduate with honors. My better half is the greater half in my life. I am really blessed. Together, we took care of our family. We brought my children up, our children up. My elder son, he is just 22 and he is a chartered accountant. My younger son, he is also aspiring to become a chartered accountant. Now, with little pinch of attitude, I said this is qualification. But to achieve this qualification, I had to work for last 30 years. Monotonously doing business to take care of my family, to take care of their wants, desires and dreams. In the event, I have lost myself somewhere. I have not worked on my dreams. I want to find myself back. I want to reinvent myself. I want to be an actor. I want to write scripts. I want to write dialogues. I want to write poems. I want to handle production. I want to do direction. I want to handle lightings. I want to handle sound. I love to do it. I'm taking baby steps in that direction to fulfill my dreams now. Next time when I speak to you and I tell you the story will definitely be from an actor's mouth. Till then, goodbye, good luck. Please take good care of yourself. Over to Postmaster Anand.
sacred places and fulfill my personal commitment. Help me welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Krishnaveni, Wave of Change. Wave of Change, Toastmaster Krishnaveni.
So much of what you are is where you have been. The influence of external factors shaping up an individual can sometimes be more prominent than the genetics and inheritance. Fellow Toastmasters guests, a very good evening to all of you. I was born in a small town of Tamil Nadu. By virtue of my father's job, our family and me had spent quite many years in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh. A child's mind is like clay. I quickly picked up the local language. I had a great liking for the local culture, traditions, especially the loud and pompous, energetic festive celebrations. I felt a great sense of belonging to the place. So it was very difficult for me to leave that place and move back to our hometown, which we had to after a few years, after spending a few years there. Finally, it was time to move back to our home state. And now it was a very tough time because I was very much used to this place and I was also used to the culture and traditions of this part of India. And me being a South Indian, when we finally moved back to our hometown, I really had a tough time getting myself adapted. Everything was different right from the neighborhood to the school environment. The South Indian traditions were quite sober and subtle. So it took quite a couple of months for me to get accustomed to the local environment and learn the local language because I was not comfortable with any of the South Indian languages. It also took a few months for me to enjoy the local traditions and the local environment in general. Our hometown was a very small town of Tamil Nadu and it had a very placid environment. So I got educated in a very religious school which promoted many religious thoughts and spiritual aspects. I always remember my childhood, especially the holidays and the fun part associated with them. During one of those holidays, my sister actually came up with an idea of joining a dance class, a classical dance class. As a child, I was always interested in dance. In fact, I still enjoy dancing. But since childhood, I was always interested in the Western forms of dance. But my sister wanted to join a classical dance class. And because of my mother's perseverance, I had to reluctantly join the classical dance class. Finally, I got into the dance. And though I was not so interested in learning classical dance and I used to feel very bored by the thought of joining a dance class, I still had to pursue it. After a few months, to my surprise and to everyone's surprise, my sister opted out of it and I was left to continue the whole course. Gradually, I started developing interest and then I went on to complete the whole course of Bharatanatyam. I enjoy dancing a lot. I feel very happy and relaxed when I dance. Also, dance gives me a lot of confidence and hope. So years passed by and finally it was time for college. I had jotted down and I had decided on many novel courses associated with science for my graduation. But at the last moment, because of a mentor who influenced me strongly, I opted for agriculture. And there I landed up in the most conventional and one of the oldest professions in the world, agriculture. Agriculture seems to be simple, the name seems to be simple, but actually it is not. And that I realized it during my college days. The first few months were very smooth, the course structure was very simple. But then after having spent almost half a year, I really started regretting my decision of choosing agriculture. The practical part was really very tough. I can never forget those days where I cultivated rice and corn like a labor in the field. I started regretting my decision to choose agriculture as a course. I always wondered that in the era of digitization, social skills. As a beginner, I also got many opportunities to interact with experienced professionals and experts in the field. And traveling to different places was also a part of my job. So having traveled to various places, I got a feeling that places vary, the cultures vary, the traditions vary, and the people also vary. But one thing which remains quite similar in all the places across most of the countries is farming and the farmer. Also, my job also gave me an interest of taking up entrepreneurship in the later stage of my life. After having gained some experience and expertise in the field, I intend to start an enterprise of my own after a few years. I do not know about the extent of success or failure, but I certainly know that it is a long journey to be completed and I'm just at the beginning of it. Lastly, to conclude, I would just like to say a few words of Winston Churchill. To improve is to change and to be perfect is to change often.
So it is Toastmaster tradition to give standing ovation to the speakers for attending. Let us take 30 seconds for filling up the evaluation sheet. In fact, you may fill up the evaluation sheet for Darcy as well as Krishna waiting. So let's take 1 minute, 30 seconds each to fill up.
instead of standing in the metro station waiting for 10, 15 hours or whatever, as my mom was staying alone at my home. So when I come out of the modular station, so I realized I was in a deep water, and I was one of them walking to, reach or find out the play of flyover, which will be taking me towards Thane station. And I managed to get a cab driver, and nobody was ready to come. Like everybody wanted to park their vehicle safely, and they wanted to move around. At last, I managed to find one cab driver who promised me to drop me at my home. After driving or after traveling 100 meters of distance, that my cab got stuck in the crazy traffic, and it stood for almost 1 hour. It was not even moving an inch also. Then it decided there is no point of standing or sitting in this particular cab. Let's better walk. So at least I will reach somewhere. So in the process, I started walking, and you believe me, friends, it was a very, very dark evening, and the cold breeze was flashing, and it was heavily raining. I was totally drenched. I lost my sandal in the water, and again, we don't know where is the manhole or open drain, or which roads are blocked, or how to go to, which road I have to take to reach Thane station. Therefore, somewhere I can reach my home. In this process, like I was one among the thousands of people who were walking in the road, like they made a human chain and managed to reach Thane station 9 to 10:30. And again, once again, I thought there is no trains will be there. And once again, there was no trains were there. And we thought either we have to stay back in the Thane station or we have to walk. So I managed to get few friends on my way. Like they said, let's walk. And we were all walking in the railway track, Thane to Dombivli. We walked and we managed to reach home, making the night 3 o'clock. You all can understand while crossing the creek, particularly that is the Thane Creek as well as Mundra Creek, it was really a challenging. We really don't know where is the platform or where is the track or any insects are there. There is no shoe, sandal, nothing in the lane. It's raining heavily. We made a human chain and we don't know who is there. Just to say what's going to happen in the next moment. So we were all walking and we managed to reach our home in the early morning. And obviously the next morning, like each one of us will be having our own horror story to share, or we obviously have a lot of known, unknown, different thoughts to share, like related to that particular day. And all of you must be aware there was no milk, no breads, nothing was available, power was off, and there was no phone or telephone connection, no shops were open. We were very, very hungry that particular day. We really realized the H2O. So this particular H2O is not only telling us that the need of the water or what water can do to us, it is also teaching us the importance of planned suburbs, and it is also telling the importance of having adequate drainage system. It is also teaching us the importance of preserving ecosystem and keep certain discipline in our daily lives. So if we are not going to take care in this particular aspect, once again we need to witness H2O. So it's a time to act. I request you, all of you, to act on this. Thank you.
Please take 30 seconds to fill up the evaluation form. Thank you. So the next speaker is attempting project 2 from the competent communicator manual. The speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ashwini. Can I request Toastmaster Ashwini to read out the objective?
The objectives of a P4 speech are: select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices
When I asked the speaker, what drives you in life and where do you see yourself 5 years from now? He said, daily challenges life. And 5 years from now, which is exactly 2020, he wants to be the winner of the National Speech Competition. Let us welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Amit. Save farmers from predatory capitalism. Save farmers from predatory capitalism, Toastmaster Amit.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Almost 100 years ago, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore has said something profound about agriculture. He said that food is a source of wealth, but food production is a source of endless misery. 100 years later, today, if you see that statement, you can imagine the statement was one of the most prophetic and visionary. By the way, many people feel that Rabindranath Tagore is just first Indian Nobel laureate, but many of us don't know about the Rabindranath Tagore. He was the first non-European Nobel laureate. And he is not only known for knighthood, Gitanjali and all this. He has very good view on our socio-economic conditions and especially on agriculture. And he is shifted from Kolkata to such a small place called Parliamentary in nearby Kolkata to start a new university, Viswabharati. Take the case of Arab Spring. In 2008, the food riots happened. In 2010, Arab uprisings or Arab Springs or uprisings in Egypt, Syria, Yemen, and Tunisia happens. Many people feel that these uprisings and Arab Springs happens due to Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Most of the people on the street of Egypt or Yemen or Syria or Tunisia does not have any account on Facebook or Twitter. Facebook and Twitter might have facilitated that communication, but the real reason behind it, the giant increase in the food prices of all these countries. And India is also inching towards that situation. We all know that food prices is growing every day. United Nations, one is Food and Agriculture Organization, and they are publishing one research report. They are giving food prices index for each country. And one peculiar thing you will find, or researcher has noticed, that whenever that food prices index cross the score of 210, the likelihood of food rights violence were very much higher. So India is lying at a score of 163, and every year we are adding 2 or 3 points. Then what will happen in future we don't know. We will also face one India Spring or India Uprising that happens during Asian movement during British era. Most of you feel that two greatest crops of this world are wheat and rice. But I feel the two greatest crops of this world are hunger and thirst. Harvesting that hunger and thirst is what corporate agriculture does, what corporate driven society does, what corporate profit does. If you will talk about Indian agriculture, last 20 years of LPG process, liberalization, privatization and globalization, We have achieved so much success in other area, but in last 20 years also, farmer, 3 lakh building projects farmer has committed suicide. And that is the official figure by National Crime Record Bureau. But I feel this figure is fake. The reason behind this figure is fake because the farmer, full-time farmer definition is you have to involve 183 days in agriculture. Second, the land, the ownership registration is in your name. Many women, many tribal, many girls, they are not having any lands, but their titles are not clear and they are committing suicide and police is not registering the case. So what lies ahead? It's not an accident that West wants to shift you, our farmers, that from food crops to cash crops. Because they want that you will be more dependent on food. This is a situation where complete change and overall needed. Our entire perspective of Indian agriculture, Indian farmer, has to be revisited, rethink, recalibrated to achieve a new standard for India. So how we can achieve? First, we have to increase the area of farm production, especially food crops. If you are aware, I can give you the example. In 2004, 1 kg of cash crop vanilla cost was rupees 4,000. That is equivalent to $100 that time. Today, the same vanilla cost is 68 rupees kg. So, input cost has gone at least 8 times. Price came down 60 times. How our farmer will survive? So second aspect is to reduce the input cost of agriculture. In medical terms, if I want to say that agriculture is running on steroids. So, between fake optimism and cynical pessimism, there is one area called hope. I live there. Now it is your duty, your middle class privileged duty, to keep the hopes alive of the farmer. Over to you.
Please take 30 seconds to fill up the evaluation. These 4 needs what we discussed: certainty, variety, significance, and They are the needs of personality. They are the primary needs. We will do anything to fulfill these needs. We'll talk about two more later. It's time to move on with the prepared speeches. The next speech belongs to advanced communicator branch. The speech is being evaluated by Toastmaster Timaya. May I request Toastmaster Timaya to read out the objective, please?
Good evening, everyone. Talking about the board theme, building connections. So, Toastmaster Sunil will be giving a speech from an advanced manual called the Goodwill Speech. The project objectives are to prepare a talk that will build goodwill for your organization by supplying useful information and interest to the audience, and favorably influence the audience by a skillful, friendly delivery of your talk. Timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish the speaker all the best.
Thank you. When you ask speaker, what drives you in life and where do you see yourself 5 years from now? He said, sometimes I drive the car, usually the car drives me. 5 years from now, if my name is not in the obituary columns, I will be happy. But I wasn't happy with this answer. So I asked him to give the real answer. And then he came back. I am driven by passion for what I want to do. Still he didn't disclose what he wants to do. 5 years from now, I would have become a kingmaker for at least 60 people in 60 months. Help me welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Sunil. Talking versus communicating. Talking versus communicating, Toastmaster Sunil.
A few years ago, I was invited by a local Berlin club to address an annual conference. After the talk was over, the secretary approached me with a small check, which was meant to be a reimbursement for my travel expenses. I politely declined and requested her, can you put it to some better use? She couldn't hide her excitement. I said, if you don't mind, can I put it for a special fund? I said, by all means. But can you tell me what that special fund is? She said, is to get a better speaker next year. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and all of those you here to feel, let him get off the stage and let's get a better speaker. A few months ago, I was in talk with Harish, the learning and development manager of a multinational, with whom I was in talk doing some mentorship programs. From cultural diversity to leadership, from personal excellence to teamwork, he had an impressive list of things he wanted his boss to go through. Amongst all the serious discussion, I said, Harish, we are always talking, but are we ever communicating? To himself about this 8-1 question. What's the difference? I continued with my favorite Tomlin, who has a role of telephone operator, is always saying, have I reached the person whom I'm talking to? By months or years. I said, in every field that we go, we are always talking. But the question is, are we communicating? Whether it is with friends, whether it is with colleagues, whether it is with our own people at home, with colleagues, or making presentations to an audience. Are we talking? Or are we communicating? Interesting. Harish was a very popular character in his office, with a ready wit and a cheerful disposition. He was always the center of conversations, so therefore it was no surprise when he was chosen to lead the meeting where they had to facilitate free visitors. What happened in the meeting stunned everyone. Harish just froze, with 50 pairs of eyes piercing at him. They tied a web around him and a tied a web around his tongue. He was looking for those familiar smiles, those encouraging laughs, which he didn't get. Instead of proving his back, he only got a smile. Preeti was an avid reader. Her love topics, made a regular contributor to the company museum. So when there was a call for MCs for the annual meeting, she found naturally gravitated towards it. Preeti had prepared herself well. With a good script, she started to address the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, she realized that she made a mess of herself. To the point she said, why doesn't this lectern turn? Vijay was nominated to represent his company at the annual general meeting. There was a conference to follow, and Vijay was again told, because he did such a great job in internal conferences. Armed with the experience of speaking at internal conferences, Vijay went into the conference beaming with confidence, thinking it would be another walk in the park. As he sat there listening to the other speakers, it dawned to him that they were at another level, and he started sinking his seats, biting his nails, hoping his turn would never come. Three situations. One, the fear of public speaking. Two, how to present yourself. And three, how to become a public speaker. I'm sure each of you have come across this situation or are willing to be any one of them. The question that you need to ask: can I afford to be poor in communication? There is only one answer.
No.
There is only one solution. Toastmasters. This is a place where your fear and ghosts of public speaking are exorcised. This is a place where your ideas take wing. This is a place where you blossom and learn how to mesmerize audiences. This is a place where there are test drives in plenty. People wear the invisible elbow and are navigating through their journey how to fly and accomplish amongst demanding audiences. Are you talking or are you communicating? The question you need to ask. Atul was driving his car very fast and he was actually caught by the traffic police. Atul pleaded, said, you see, I am only learning how to drive a car. Learning how to drive a car, no teacher, you see, it's a correspondence course. Toastmasters is not a correspondence course. This is a place where you learn not by talking but communicating. Let's see you join it. This is a day in Satam. Join the MBA to reach new heights, and you will reach new heights to accomplish all the wants that Anand is holding now as the leads. Hold it as well.
Please take 30 seconds to fill up the feedback form. Thank you. The next speaker is attempting project from the Advanced Communicator Launch Manual. The speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Babu. Can you request Toastmaster Babu to read out the objective?
Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and Toastmaster Puneet in particular. This is a project from the Advanced Communication series. It's called the Entertaining Speaker, and the specific project title is Resources for Entertainment. Now, as we all know, all speeches have to be entertaining. I don't think there is any denying that fact. But then this ACB project has one very specific objective, where the speaker has got to use support material in the form of stories, anecdotes, etc., to form his own topic which will suit his own personality, and in the the process, deliver an entertaining speech to us. And not to forget, in the middle of all this, that there has to be an underlying message at the end of your speech. So wish you all the best and hope for an entertaining speech from Toastmaster Puneet.
Thank you. When I asked speaker, what drives you in life and where do you see yourself 5 years from now? He said, kids drive me. And he would like to become DTM from the BTM. Finance. Help me welcome Toastmaster Puneet. Give me a high five. Give me a high five, Toastmaster.
My heart was pulsating just before this all-important career counseling meeting with Uncle Anil. He is a person who is a chartered accountant by profession, and he is at the age of 40 and he has achieved much more than his age. He is the CEO of a renowned company. I was sure that during the meeting I'll have a very good time. Here came Uncle Anil with his 2 daughters hovering around him. Pooja, go there and finish your homework. Yeah, Dad, but please turn on the Wi-Fi. Puneet, kids of today have a heck of things to do. The school sends worksheets online. She finishes it online on the iPad and submits it online. When I asked her, why aren't there no written worksheets? She simply said, la 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 la. And I thought that this was used for remembering the whole Friends, today's kids have been really brave. Now, coming to the career counseling session, what happened? Anil uncle continued. I don't know what the schools are teaching. They are teaching just nonsense. That day, I had a career counseling session for Pooja, who is 7 years old. Actually, it was a speech by Anil uncle himself. I must admit, I really missed it that monologue went for 2 hours. Speech were written up, I really missed it too. Because he had completely messed up the meeting objectives. Toastmasters and dear friends. That day, it was the first time when I felt that I was without words. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day. Internet has been the find of this century. Along with the advent of smartphones, tablets, and social media, we have gained something which is really good. Now, what happened was, I actually contacted one of my friends, Rahul, and we had a meeting at a dinner party. Rahul came along with his 2-year-old son, Tanit. Today's generation of kids is really smart, I tell you. A 5-year-old can teach a 60-year-old how to unlock an iPad. And this is unbelievably true. My friend Rahul claimed that the first word that his child uttered was iPad and not Mohammed. I felt Rahul is a bit lucky here that mom and dad were there in his list, at least ranked second and third. And it was not Google, the dad of the 21st century. Simply say how to, and it comes up with a long list. He knows everything. Facebook, the mom, who likes your pictures, likes your posts, and even allows you to tag your friends. But please don't forget grandmother also. Recently, I met my girlfriend and took her out for shopping. I really love Facebook because it gives you this mind-boggling connectivity. It is a borderless world, right? People can share their views, their ideas, their selfies, their beauties, their honeymoon pics. Isn't it awesome? When I took my girlfriend out for shopping, she met her college friend Neha. I have seen pics of Ankita and Neha together on Facebook. But somewhere deep down, I have always believed that two girls can never be best friends. The moment Ankita saw Neha purchase this dress, she didn't even try it. I felt that, yeah, selfies do bring people close. This was an example of it. How many of you are on Twitter? Recently, there have been confirmed reports saying that the population of sparrows has been dwindling drastically in India. Because humans have been tweeting more than ever before. Hashtag I love Metro. Hashtag satellite for babies. Hashtag Nestle good food let life. If you have ever seen strangers and if you like them, you can simply follow them on Twitter. This was earlier known as stalking. Now you can do it officially. Hashtag Ashwini following hashtag @Ashwini following @Puneet. In fact, she even joined the same club. One of my friends did something really brave today morning. He posted, "Goodbye friends. Today is the last day when I delete my Facebook account." The number of likes which he had received was stupendously more than I could even imagine. 452 counts already till now and still counting. One of them even commented, "Kudos to you, dude, you did a brave act." A girl even went to say, "Bro, what's the problem? Please share your number with me." So I have decided that from now onwards, I'll say goodbye to WhatsApp, goodbye Facebook, goodbye Twitter, goodbye smartphones. Friends, if you want to wish me, just greet me with a high five. Ladies, you can give me a hug. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Fill up the feedback form.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The speaker would be attempting Project 2 towards her Advanced Communication Bronze manual. The manual she has chosen is the entertaining speaker. The project is speaking after dinner. So let me just tell you what's it all about. After dinner talks are challenging. The audience has just dined and they are becoming drowsy. Your talk should be light, lively, positive and entertaining. Reflect on the occasion, personalize the talk by referring to earlier events of people on the program and building on them. Use humor and drama. The objectives of the speech are: prepare an entertaining after-dinner talk on a specific theme, deliver the talk using skills developed on the preceding projects. Timer, please note the time here is 8 to 10 minutes. I'd like to wish the speaker all the best. Over to you.
What drives you in life and where do you see yourself from 5 years from now? She said, interesting books and inspiring speeches drive me. And she would like to become motivational speaker who achieved a lot by making small changes 5 years from now. As pointed out by Toastmaster Pramod, since attending after dinner speech, she's presenting the speech which is the combination of humor, entertainment and insight all in the same speech. The theme of the speech is XCOM installation ceremony in our club which we had last meeting. And that was the specific reason when we enjoyed the dinner together. So help me welcome Toastmaster Pratibha after dinner speech, Toastmaster Pratibha.
Winston Churchill once said, there are two things which are more difficult than after dinner speech. They are climbing a wall leaning towards you and kissing a girl leaning away from you. Good evening, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Welcome to this segment of after dinner speech. We had a delicious dinner last meeting where XCOM installation was going on. And then we had songs and then evaluations also for all Toastmasters. They became song masters and they enjoyed their evening on that day. I asked our newly elected president about the suggestion I received from our own new president, education, about the timing and after dinner speech. He said, you take your own time, but we want to leave at 8:30. Dear friends, time. Time flies. Time comes. Time goes. Time passes. But the time which we have enjoyed together will never come again. And we will be having this time thing again. We will be remembering it as precious pearls of the past. I still remember my first interaction at a Toastmasters club. It was a few years back. There were so many different words in my mind. To be or not to be was creating confusion. But today, I can say confidently that the real, honest and healthy things always last long. And 2 minutes, instant things, shortcuts will disappear like our beloved Maggi noodles. Coffee, this coffee. Never knew that it is so nice and so sweet before she met tea and milk. Milk and sugar. Individually, we may be better, but we will become more better if we get right type of people and right type of atmosphere which we normally get at Toastmasters. Today, we are at the end of the term of our XCOM committee, which is led by Toastmaster Arvind. And at the same time, we are at the beginning of the new term, which is to be led by Toastmaster Hasni. meeting these ex-com members like Toastmaster Arvind, Toastmaster Shivani, Toastmaster Hasnain was like opening your first bottle of champagne. It was so exciting, innovative, and knowing them in different roles, VP Education, VP PR, and President, and what all these leadership roles, when we saw them in different roles, it was like drinking your champagne, a moment of fulfillment, a moment of nourishment, and a token of achievement. I congratulate the new committee members and new expo, as I know that their contribution is going to make our club distinguished and delicious, just like the dinner which we had. The word contribution, reminded me this story. There was a farmer who used to sell butter to a baker. One day, he used to sell a pound of butter, and one day he baked it out to see whether he gets the exact amount of butter or not. So, he found he was not, he angered, and this angered him, and he took the farmer to the court. The judge asked the farmer, are you having any measure? Proper measure? How do you give the butter? The farmer said, Your Honor, I am limited. I don't have any proper measure, but yes, I do have a scale. Not having a scale, but you don't have the proper measure, then how do you do this? Farmer replied, Your Honor, long before people started buying butter from me, I used to purchase a pound of loaf of bread from bakery. Every day morning, I used to get a bread which I have to keep it on my scale and the exact amount of butter I should keep. So if you feel, if anyone is to be blamed, it is to be baker. Baker, but he was surprised with this answer and he realized his mistake. In life, we normally get what we give. And this is where the word contribution comes. Coming back to our champagne story, our this new EXCOM committee will be like old wine in new water. More mature, more valuable as time goes by. And last year, we really enjoyed our Toastmasters. I still remember the day when I got up at 5 o'clock. To catch a train? No. To go for work? No. Not for my children's exam also, but to attend World Championship of Public Speaking and to see the live program along with other Toastmasters. We had a real great time. And icing on the cake was Oration 2015. Wow, what time we had. And there we could see our hidden potentials of our fellow Toastmasters in different roles, which we never believed. That Oration 2015 was a dream became reality. It was a dream. And I'm especially thankful to Toastmaster Sunil, who practiced just what he preached. I like this one of his quotes. It says,
take 30 seconds to fill up the evaluation feedback form. Thank you. Can you request the timer to give us the time? Kasim, 6 minutes, 3 seconds. Krishnavi, 6:33, 3 seconds. She has qualified. 3 seconds. Meenakshi, 6 minutes, 26 seconds. Just get it. Right. Stop it. 7:24. Sunil, 5:59, 5 minutes, 59 seconds. Punil, 7 minutes, 29.9 seconds. Just leave it. And Pratibha, I'm sorry, I think I flashed wrong cards in 9:26. She got things. Thank you. So, Toastmaster Krishnavati, everybody has a voting ballot in their desk. So can you please vote for the best people? Now is the time to move towards the best part of the meeting, and that is eat. So let us break for 10 minutes. It is 7:30. Let us back to the circle at 7:40. Thank you. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed the snacks and cake. Special thanks to Chidit. Thank you. When is the next one? So if you want me to die, I think we crossed a time already. More than 20 minutes. But it's okay. We try to fast, do things faster. Next steps. So we talked about 4 needs: certainty, that is the need to gain pleasure and avoid pain; variety, that is the need to get challenging jobs, exciting opportunities, etc. Significance, need to have a sense of being needed, important, special. Connection, being a part of a group, bonding, love, etc. The 5th need is growth. The 5th need is somebody's growth. Friends, whatever doesn't grow dies. We all human beings have to grow. Plants are growing, and so are human beings. We have to keep growing, either in terms of health, wealth, career, jobs, relationships, emotional strength, whatever it is. If you don't grow, you will feel bored, and you look for something which will help you grow. The 6th need is contribution. Contributing in somebody else's life beyond yourself, that really brings you ultimate fulfillment. So the first 4 needs are the needs of personality, they are primary needs, and the second 2 needs, which is growth and contribution, they are the needs of spirituality. And you can be usually successful in life, but if you don't fulfill the need of growth and spirit, you will not get fulfillment. In the next section, we will discuss that why we get used to
is when, at the 1 minute 30 second slot is when you will be shown the amber card. At the 2 minute slot is when you will be shown the red card. You do get a 30-second grace only in the upper section. So you can speak for a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds. Right. At that note, keeping with the theme in mind, let's read the trial cross. And yeah, I will encourage all of you to use the word of the day to ensure that you are placid when somebody asks you to speak. We ask you to come up here and practice. Okay? May I ask for a guest to volunteer? Come on. Deserves a roaring round of applause. Okay. Kaushik, happiness drives success. Happiness drives success. Kaushik.
Good evening, friends, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, including myself. Happiness drives success. That is what Ranjana is looking for. It's not a personal thing, but yeah, that is what she mentioned. That what she wants after 5 years. She said she wants to go with the flow. Friends, there are so many people in the world that those who are driven by happiness. I'm one of them. When we talk in terms of growth, someone will look for a career growth. Someone will look for a growth in the terms of wealth. Someone will look for a growth in terms of networking you do. But happiness is the one which is at the top for me. Considering that, I am not that much pleasant because I don't get that many likes. Maybe because I am not she, or maybe I get irritated sometimes. Happiness for me is what comes when I help others in form of teaching someone, in form of feeding someone, in form of raising someone in the sense my colleagues, my subordinates who might be reporting to me. When I mentor them, they get so much happy, like, oh wow, thank you for the help. And from here, I will like to leave on a happy note because my hashtag would be spoken at Toastmasters Club Bombay after 4 to 5 years. Thank you so much.
I now urge the next guest to come up here. Yes. Anand, listening encourages conversations. Listening encourages conversations. Anand.
Hello, Toastmasters and dear guests. Good evening. I am Anand Katyani and I am coming from SDM and Toastmasters Club. I am a management student, and one of the key learnings throughout this management course we have had in marketing is listening to your customer. It's an essential part of sales process, and you see, all advertisements and marketing things we see bombarded upon us via emails and via television and whatnot. This lacks one particular key factor, which is listening back. What customer actually wants? What would you do? What would you think if you are looking out for a together and somewhere you just write down your email ID and phone number, and the next day onwards you are getting countless mails of 4-wheelers, cars, pickup trucks and all. This is not the character of marketing. So the topic which was given to me, listening,
Conversations.
engaging your customer in conversation is enabled. The driven force behind it is listening. So I was just outside, sometime back I was having this conversation in Toastmasters Week. And one of the key learnings he imparted was communication doesn't happen one way, and that was essentially learning from his speech today as well. There is talking and there is communicating. Communicating is a two-way street. Listening is what makes it from one-way street to a two-way street. And without listening back, it's not possible to understand and mutually exchange your thought. It's just communicating whatever you want to say, and without caring in the name of what the other person wants to say. And it doesn't help if you are in a business environment, if you are not listening to what the person wants to hear. And that is something not just a marketer, not just a businessman, but everyone, whether in a personal or professional environment, should focus on. Make it from one way street to a two-way street. Listen back. Thank you.
I'd now call upon somebody who's never experienced Toastmasters before this. A guest who's a first time. Come on. Yes. I'll learn it by the end of this. Mr. Chawal. I'd love to join Toastmasters because Mr. Chawal. Passing the energy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters, I am here because I want to join Toastmasters. And why I am here? Because I have been motivated enough by the last fellow, and that is my son. I got already told that he is the one who impressed me. And he told me that he gave a very, very rosy picture about the things which I am slowly collecting those points whether what he told me is correct or not. And I am happy, and you should also be happy that I am not disappointed. And I hope I will be able to improve myself because I am told even if not in first meeting, but
Anand, 2 minutes 24 seconds qualifies. Chawla, sorry, 1 minute 16 seconds qualifies. And Neeraj, 1 minute 50 seconds qualifies. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. I now request you people to please cast your vote for the best table topic speaker of the day. And all 4 stars have qualified, so you can make your choice. With that, I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day.
The magic of the Toastmaster is makes everybody that's it here. All our guest speakers today really spoke well. You were confident. So a big round of applause for. Let's quickly look at the application of those needs. When I come to Toastmaster, I come here regularly because it is consistency of my needs. Or as I said, any act or behavior or thought or feeling of yours, if it fulfills 3 needs, you get addicted to that. So let's quickly look at it. Does it give me certainty, that is comfort? Yes, it gives me, because I know once I come here, I get some pleasure. And many people show up because of fear of avoiding pain. If they don't come regularly, their membership may scold them. So both apply. Does it give me variety? Yes, it gives. I listen to different types of speeches. I have something new to learn. Does it give me significance? Yes, because I am playing a role. It helps me develop new skills. That is significance. Does it give me connection? Of course it gives. Because we all are a family. We get connected to one another. So there is a bonding. Does it give me growth? Of course it gives me. Because every day I am improving. I am learning something new. Does it give me contribution? Maybe or may not. But today yes, because my objective today is to speak something where everybody can have some takeaway. So all my 6 needs are fulfilled, and that's the reason why I am addicted to Toastmaster. Well, now is the time to move to the 3rd round of our meeting, that is the evaluation round. Evaluation will be done by various speech evaluators. I would like to call the general evaluator before he comes. Again, I asked him the same question: what drives you in life, and how do you see yourself 5 years from now? He said, children pocket expenses drive me. They are asking as they are growing for more money, and hence I want to earn more. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? He of course wants to be DTM. So help me welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster for snack.
So welcome to the last session of today's meeting, that is the general evaluation session. And I would like to begin with a quote from P1 speaker Krishnaveni, who quoted Winston Churchill, who was quoted twice in his speaking. And she said, to improve is to change, and to achieve perfection is to change often. So that is precisely what general evaluation is all about. We try and look at those things that we did well today, and those things that, in my opinion, we could have done better. To assist me in this task, I have a team of experienced evaluators and the art counter and the grammarian. So we'll begin with the prepared speech evaluations. The purpose, of course, of all evaluations is, like I said before, for speech evaluations also we will focus on all the things that the speaker did well and some of the things that deserve a little bit of attention. Imagine a boat sailing placid waters of the Pacific Ocean. Amidst placidity and the tranquility, it is quite easy to veer from course by a slight 1 degree variation. That over time will translate into a spatial deviation of many miles. So it's great to keep the course corrections and keep the attention on where we are going and where we are heading. without much ado, I will call upon the first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Shivani, to evaluate P1 speech, Toastmaster Kasi.
Any other evaluation, I would have started saying that Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, general evaluator, and especially Toastmaster Kasi. But today, general evaluator, especially you, can I evaluate Kasi in this light of adaptation? Can I adapt to the change and evaluate him for health? Because imagine, he did not use notes but entire stage. He did not mumble with fear, but he was audible and clear. He did not forget his speech like any other people, but he had prepared it very well. I used vivid imagery, used humor in his first speech, and made my role very difficult. Like any other evaluator, I too was listening intently, trying to write down whatever I can write, taking notes. But then I heard audience laughing. I understand I'm missing something. I put down my pen and I started enjoying the speech. And Qasim, believe me, I really enjoyed the speech. It was not like any other event where we, with fear, we forget words. He has explained his house, his hanging on that bullet card, and I could imagine everything in front of him. But then my evaluator role kicked me and told me, Shivani, you are not only here to recommend, but recommend. So after listening to his speech, I understand he has all the public speaking aspect. Vocal variety, body language, gestures, content, everything. So where he can improve, there are few finishing touches he can improve, and those are, he has used the entire stage, but if he could have used in a time span, his early childhood, his current age, and his future aspiration, it would have given a different answer. And his gestures. I feel only one gesture he could have improved, and that is putting his hand in his pockets. Apart from that, I have really enjoyed the speech and understand that just like today's speech, which is really good, there are future speeches as per your aspiration that you wanted to reinvent yourself. We are sure that we will be hearing more such speeches from actors now. So all the best for your future speeches as well as your reinventing yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shivani, for that lovely, encouraging evaluation. I now call upon Toastmaster Siana to evaluate in Krishnavedi's game. Toastmaster.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, especially Krishnavedi. The speaker started her CC journey today, her competent communicator journey, and she started it with 2 C's, comfort and confidence. I found the speaker very comfortable on stage, as if she loves speaking. In fact, she was so comfortable that she even shot the time. I also found the speaker very confident in the way she communicated.
are very glad about this. The next evaluation, may I call upon Toastmaster Virendra to evaluate Toastmaster Meenakshi's speech.
Don't get me wrong. Dear Meenakshi, the B2 manual text says that you are occasionally supposed to persuade people to do some action. Your speech did exactly that and wonderful. It took us straight 10 years ago, reminded us of a tragedy which struck this city. And it reminded us of what is happening even now. The rains came down and the drainage went through. She reminded us of that. And how wonderful. What a topic for a month of June and rainy season, especially in Boca. And the title, H2O. Wow. Honestly, I never saw water, H2O, which gives us life, in the same perspective that the same thing gives us how brutal. She reminded us of that. She gave us the perspective. Thank you. Now coming to the structure, because the project B2 actually deals with the organization of the speech, let me draw your attention towards that. You took the form of storytelling, which was wonderful. That is the most recommended form of speech organization because it connects very well. You painted a wonderful picture back then. So I could vividly see that fear, that tragedy, that scare the entire city was feeling. Mom was alone at home. The sentence flowing through the water. Power was off. No mobile phones. All the salespeople, not just salespeople, all the people in the city were feeling the scare of that. And it was wonderfully painted. And in the end, you gave us a message that what we need is adequate drainage system and we need to protect our ecosystem. You gave this message. I would recommend that since this message came very end, your body, which was actually the entire story, could have dealt with more areas, more facts, more statistics, which showed how the drainage systems are not being taken care of. You indeed made us travel in time, took us back, brought us back, just with a clear message that protect your ecosystem. It would have been much harder. But overall, I enjoyed the show and especially the vivid picture painting that you did. All the best for your future speeches.
Very much, Toastmaster Virendra. For the benefit of the guests, you might have noticed a certain pattern to the method in which the technique in which the evaluations are being conducted. It is a technique that we at Toastmasters call the sandwich method, wherein we sandwich the recommendation between two series of commendations. If you notice, the evaluator first comments the speaker on the things that she has done well, ends it with commendations and sandwiches her recommendations in between. Moving on to the next evaluation, I call upon Toastmaster Ashwini to evaluate Toastmaster Amit's speech. Toastmaster.
While we are all caught up in a virtual world of Facebook and WhatsApp, Amit brought us to this real world and a real problem faced by humanity, and which is the problem that the farmers are facing due to increased capitalism.
evaluate the speaker. It's only the speech that is evaluated. Taking this forward, may I now invite Toastmaster Chinmay to evaluate ACP 1 speech delivered by TM Sudhir.
Brands, people and companies. Everyone is trying to influence you, trying to sell something, but there's one common approach which everyone takes, and that is telling stories. And Toastmaster Sunil, in his first ACB speech, not just told us one speech, one story, or 3 stories, but 4 stories. And I think that was the best part of the speech. Coming to the speech objectives, the first is to give a talk which builds goodwill, improving your relations with the audience. The stories, all the 4 stories, Harish, Preeti, Vijay, I think we all connected with the stories at one point or some other story. The second objective was to create some influence on the audience. And I think, according to my experience, how I get influenced. I get influenced when you are trying, as a speaker or as a product, to solve my problem, or you are trying to ease my life. For example, my smartphone, it eases my life. And the stories which the speaker included covered at least one or more problems which I face if I am sitting in this room. Either I want to improve my public speaking skills, or how I present myself before an audience, or if I want to accomplish myself as a better speaker. And not just these 3 things, the speaker also demystified that this is not a performance course. This is something which you learn by doing, by practicing. Let's look what can be done better in this speech. First is the voice. The Toastmaster Sunil brings amazing voice energy when he comes on the stage. But my recommendation to the speaker or anyone in particular is that if you are hungry, eat food, eat something which is edible, but do not eat words. So the speaker usually, at the end of the speech, he will just mumble down some words, he will just eat some words, and the words will become inaudible. So just maintain your pitch, your volume to the same level as the starting of the speech or the starting of the sentence. The second is, you tell me story, great, but you tell me a personal story, it is the best thing. So the speaker could have included his own personal example or someone else's example, which can bring that remaining 1% of credibility in the speech. Last recommendation is that you would have restricted the stage use, or in the first half of the speech there was some too much of pacing, and I like the idea of speakers going out of their comfort zone, but going out of their comfort zone so much that it becomes artificial. I think that is not recommended. So the speaker has a great persona on the stage, and I would say that the speaker restricts the way he is. Overall, the speech value was great. We all know the speaker personally, humor is in his DNA. As Toastmaster, if I have to recommend or I have to influence a guest to join Toastmasters, I know what are the stories I will tell. Overall, the speech was great, and I think these 4 stories are some of the best things I have heard when it comes to selling
person who has done at least one speech more than the person that is being evaluated, except in the advanced speech categories. But all of them who are doing the advanced speeches and the P1s are at least CCs, competent communicators. So there's a lot of thought, a lot of preparation that goes in giving a critique when issue is addressed. For the next evaluation, I will invite Toastmaster Babu to evaluate ACP 2 delivered by Toastmaster Puneet.
First of all, let me just walk up to Toastmaster and give him a high five. Toastmasters today, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests and wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Puneet. The project says that you have to use entertainment as the core objective of the speech. Now, if you look at entertainment, there are various forms. It could be dramatic, it could be touching, poignant, and it could be humorous. And the project also says that the speaker should choose a topic which suits his personality. From the little that I know Toastmaster Puneet, I should say that classic Puneet used a subtle sense of humor which really suited his personality very well. And what was his humor like? Easy to digest, talking about kids, using words like iPad instead of using the word mom, which we used to do in our childhood. Humans more often on Twitter than the sound of sparrows twittering. These are all things which we observe or hear in our daily lives. And I think this speech was a very light-hearted, entertaining speech, prepared with all this kind of humor. And if someone asked me, how do you gauge that the audience connected well? Well, I had a grandstand seat at the back, and I could hear the subtle laughter and guffaws in the audience. And that instantly told me that the connect had been established. I think you did well on this very important core objective of entertainment. And for props or support material, you did come up with a lot of stories, slightly fictitious, I presume, of Ankita, Neha and Uncle Abhi, which is what you were required to do rather than use your own personal experience. So I think these 12 objectives were met very well in the speech. Coming to the message, you did mention a lot about Facebook or WhatsApp and how it works today. And the perils of internet technology, I would say, to an audience who's used to this, who knows a lot of Facebook and this kind of internet technology. But I thought at the end the message was not very clear. Were you saying that the impact of internet technology is very bad? Or do we need to change? Or do we need to slow down? This did not come out very powerfully in your message. And I thought the movement between one story to another, the transitions as they call it, could have been much, much better. Could have been more structured so that when the audience goes home, it doesn't look at your speech as one big mass, but it can pick out points which they can register. But I think overall you did wonderfully well. You used voice modulation. I could see that at points of time. But perhaps you also got to notice that voice modulation and body language, as much as they are important, have to be used in the right places in the speech. So you've got to probably work on that a little bit. But I think overall with your, as I said, placidity and your humor, you can really go a long way in delivering wonderful speeches in the future.
Now to evaluate the after dinner speech, the icing on the cake, Toastmaster Pramod.
persona on stage, or even as a person where you come and give out that feeling of approachability. The second part is sincerity. So when we start a conversation with anyone, sincerity is something that is very important. It is something that keeps me engaged to a person. So this particular project asked the speaker to be sincere towards a few things. The speaker had to get in some anecdotes, but before that, she had to get a topic which was very relevant. So she chose an after dinner party from Oration 2015 Celsius. So that was connected to me because I attended that party. And then she got anecdotes which are relevant to the club and to a lot of people present in this room, which made the speech better connected and sincere towards the objectives. The speaker tried witty humor. She tried to also get in a story which enhanced a certain message in her after dinner conversation. And that is why I feel you are very sincere towards that approach. But when you have a sumptuous dinner, there is always one dish which stands out. But knowing the ingredients towards the dish may not be the best way to cook the dish. You need to know how to cook that dish as well. So if you had these ingredients of anecdotes, or if you had the ingredients of humor and connectivity with the person, what you could have done better was to try to get in conversations. So let me tell you how you could have tried to get in conversations. So when you have anecdotes, or when you have people-specific humor, you could have always pointed out. So this conversation was getting very serious because Arvind was at the center of things. That's when I thought Hasnain would be the person to break the ice with. So I went up to him and I said, Hasnain, I would still appreciate your work as a Vice President of Education. You're wonderful. And that's when Hasnain said, it's all about contributing. And then you could have come up with a bigger story to then enhance the message that how contribution is of great value to us. A conversation thus could have helped you connect to the members in the audience, make your context even more specific and relevant, and also enhance the message that you're trying to convey through the conversation. And at the end of the day, conversation also is with multiple people around. The second thing I felt was if you could prepare better, it would help you kill nervousness. So what happens sometimes is the nervousness finds outlet if we are not better prepared. It's either through fumbling words, shaky hands, or pacing. And today I observed that you're pacing a bit. So had you prepared your speech better, I felt the speaker could have killed that pacing as well and made her even better towards the objectives that were asked from you from that particular project. Toastmaster Pratibha is a very affable and a sincere person towards the project speeches. With a bit more practice and definitely by bringing in the element of conversation in your speeches, you can take your competency to a next level, and definitely I look forward to your next ACP3. All the best to you and over to you.
Thank you very much to all evaluators for those insightful evaluations. May I ask the Chancellor, Shridesh, to please come up with the timer. Okay. Shivani, Peter, all
Ashwini, 2 minutes 45 seconds qualifies. Just a question to Toastmaster Asli. The length of the speech is it because it seems that way. Alright, so if Sienna and Chinmaya, if both of your times can be totaled and split exactly into half, you'll make 3 seconds each, 3 minutes each, and would qualify. But none of you do. So Sienna is 1 minute 38 seconds, which is a shocking thing for Sienna. She doesn't know.
That is qualification. That is qualification. It's on both sides. No, it's only for P1 which is on the lower side. It's 132.
So Chinmaya is 4 minutes 58 seconds.
Yeah, 132 330.
Babu is 3 minutes 54 seconds. And Pramod has 3 minutes 50 seconds.
Thank you. So,
Repeat word 1. Serene, quite flawless with 0. Puneet, filler sound 1. Filler phrase 2. Short pause 2. Repeat word 3. Pratibha, cut sound 3. Filler sound 1. Filler phrase 2. Short pause 2. Repeat word 2. Should be to the timer. Cut sound is 2. Toastmaster of the day, cut sound 3. Filler phrase 1. Short pause 3. Shivani, 1 filler sound. Sienna, 2 cut sounds. Brain girl 0. Good job. Ashwini, 4 cut sounds. Chinmaya, 2 cut sounds. Filler 1. Filler phrase 1. Babu, repeat word is 2. Pramod, filler sound is 1. Rajna Shetty, table topics master. Crutch sounds were 3. And filler sound 1. Short pause 2. Repeat word 1. For table topics, Kaushik, do I need to say for the table topics?
Yes.
Kaushik, filler phrase is 3. Crutch sound is 2. Repeat words 3. Anand, short phrase is 1. Filler 1. Crutch 3. Kana, 3 cut sounds. 2 repeat words. 1 short pause. Dheeraj, 2 slight pauses. So that's a little short pause. 2 filler phrases. 8 cut sounds. 2 repeat words. That's my report for the day.
Was an unusual session that we had 7 speeches and a table topic session, and I think Toastmaster Komali did a very wonderful job. Now for the grammarian, Toastmaster Udit, please.
Word of the day, placid, was used 8 times in the meeting by Toastmaster Krishna Bedi in a prepared speech, which is very commendable. Otherwise by Toastmaster Rachna, Kaushik, Anand, Toastmaster Anand, Toastmaster Aslan, and twice by Toastmaster Babu. Particularly good usage of grammar which I would like to highlight is or good phrases. My better half is the greater half. A child's mind is like clay. We had some good illustrations of alliteration in the meeting today. Sober and subtle, revisited, rethink, recalibrated, precious pearls of the past, practiced what he preached. Fake optimism and cynical pessimism, sinking in the seats, blossom and learn how to mesmerize audience. I would also like to pinpoint where the grammar usage or the pronunciation was not very apt. Presiding officer should be presiding officer. He is the who motivated me. He is the one who motivated me. Restaurant could be pronounced as restaurant. But can be pronounced as but. Stress on the morning 10:22 a.m. can be either 10:22 in the morning or 10:22 a.m. Very is a very common mistake that but many of us make. Very and a pause very can give out the right effect. Really challenging. Come back home. The Thane station. People is already plural. People's is wrong. Chartered accountant by profession. Now this is redundant by profession. He's a chartered accountant. So Arvind had forwarded a mail where actually is a very redundant word. We can avoid using actually in our conversation. When a speaker, now a lot of speakers do this, when we make a mistake, we fumble, we say sorry. Now any which ways you are giving the audience a good free
So here we go for the general evaluation. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Thought. Very well done. I like the thought of the day. It was brought out also very confidently. Great job. Presiding officer is usual low-key figure. Reflected all the glory of the last year to undeserving people like undeserving people like Shivani and the rest. Yeah. But that is his manner. He accomplishes much, says very little about it. Doesn't know his own trumpet. Let me blow his trumpet. Arvind has been the driving force. He's the motivator. He's the main man at Bombay Toastmasters. Give him a one of the people who started this club. He's with this club and he's going to remain with this club. And with his guidance, we will keep trying to go forward to achieve even greater heights. Thank you very much. Some of the things you did very well today was the room as usual was very well done up. Sergeant at Arms stepped in at the last minute and because of an illness with the regular Sergeant at Arms, he did a fantastic job on the eats, on the room setup, everything well done. We're proud to have Toastmaster Amit Kumar as a regular Sergeant at Arms. I'm sure he'll do a wonderful job. They've done wonderful. Toastmaster of the day, he led us through this entire meeting very happily, very efficiently. So many speeches, so many speakers. I think you wove the whole evening quite well together. Thank you very much. Well done. Table topics master, stepped in at the last minute, said it very well, impromptu speaking. Not standard impromptu, well done. One word of recommendation, that is when you emphasize so much on the improvement of the listening skills, then you should not have repeated the topic when the speaker asked you the third. But that is quickly, I think, but you did a very nice job, you made it entertaining, you explained the purpose of the whole session and you involved all the guests. Guests, thank you very much for being a part of this meeting. I think everything went off well, I'll cut it short. I'll hand it over.
I think everything went well. Hand over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Arvind.
I'm at peace. This week I last meeting, I know the club is in safe and good hands, and whatever I've contributed in my own humble way is being taken, because we didn't have any recommendations to have the meeting run in any better way. Thank you. Before we end, there's one little job that you need to do, and that's take your pen, put it on your paper, and vote for the best of the big three. The Toastmaster of the day, the Table Topics Master, and the General Manager. One of these you need to put in the game. Anand Kumar is the Toastmaster of the day. Ranjana Shetty is the Table Topics Master, and Asmin was
But frankly speaking, that after going through the entire system, I can assure you that I will be a part of this Toastmaster, Toastmaster club. The very best thing which I like is that evaluator who had given either whoever I was one person I was about or whoever given their comments, those are fantastic comments without any personal on a person rather than a speech actually. So I find that this club is definitely a good club, and I'm changing my perception about this club when I'm in club, and I want to be a part of this club. And thank you everyone. Even this guy I know that he's a fat guy. What will be doing about the guy?
So we have speakers who are fat. We have speakers who are thin. We have speakers who have grey hair. Speakers, today they aren't here, who are bald. Toastmasters is made up of all types of people, and they come here together to learn, and we encourage you to be here to learn, because this is the only place where you can make a mistake and never ever be laughed at, because we are all in it to learn. And the other thing that we like to tell you is, do not look at us. You see somebody has spoken so well, can I ever reach there? Don't come with that thought, because you will never ever come into Toastmasters and go forward. Remove that fear factor. All that you have to look at is, how did I fare today versus my last speech? You have to give yourself, the scale will be just you and not anybody else. Have I improved from my last speech? What are the comments that have been given by the evaluator last time? Have I incorporated it into the speech today? And have I improved? Go back with that satisfaction. You've listened, you've seen the others. You can aspire to be like them. But don't say, they are so good, I can never reach them. Because you did not know where they started and how they have reached here right now. Is there anybody else, a guest who would like to come here?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, friends and Toastmasters. I am ready to go back. I come here just to enjoy networking, and of course my friend has recommended one club which has got a lot of opportunities for people who want to catch up in communicating publicly and standing on stage and taking leadership roles. So that's why I'm here. One thing, whenever I come on the stage, I feel I'm a lake classic with a lot of sharks chasing me. So that's one challenge I feel. I want to overcome being part of it. And the important thing I've just put is, we call Toastmasters. Of course, I'm not supposed to comment anything on Toastmasters, but English is a gender-balanced language. You have to look at it. Today I find so many ladies here. Prior to the word, the equivalent of the other side, masters. Of course, that's one part I would like to leave to the thoughts of people. Thanks so much.
I'd like to answer that question. we normally address the person as Madam Toastmaster. We do that, but it's a general thing that we just say Toastmaster, unless somebody is conscious. So what happens is when you come here, nervousness, you may forget, but yes, the more senior ones, the more experienced ones will always address a lady Toastmaster as Madam Toastmaster. We do have a terminology. Can I have that?
I'm a chartered accountant. You know that chartered accountancy course is a correspondence course. So, I'm from here, from a Hindi medium school. I did my graduation in the Hindi medium. So, speaking itself is a challenge for me, and for me, speaking is a different thing. So, after listening to all of you, I was deciding I'm not capable of, maybe I will not come. So, but I'm a chartered accountant. As I said, I'm working in the tax department. After our experience of 4 years, during my experience, what I have realized that being technical is not good enough. One has to express his thinking, his views by communication so that client will understand. And in future, I want to be a professor, I want to be a lawyer, and for that I said, let me improve my verbal communication. So for that purpose, I want to join this Toastmaster.
Good evening, friends. It has been a very informative evening here. I came with no expectations and didn't have a plan to come out here and speak in front of everyone. But I've seen some very splendid speakers, especially the first one, Qasim, coming in, and he was amazing, entertaining. I mean, really, it was so inspiring, and I was thinking whether I was ever going to be good enough. And you are at P1. And like one of my contemporaries guests was saying that perhaps, I'm not good enough. And then Arvind very rightfully pointed out, the real competition actually is with ourselves. And having been through different public speaking courses, personality development courses, I was looking for something more, something real, wherein you can be yourself, you can talk about yourself, and Toastmasters, I believe, has a very methodical way that takes you at every step, engaging humor, entertainment, body language, organization. And I truly believe that it expands an individual in all aspects, 360 degrees, holistically. So I look forward to being a member, and thank you very much.
Any of the visitors, any guests who have not filled in the form, just meet us afterwards. And now for the best part, the last time that I will do this duty. The best prepared speaker.
Friends, I have a small confession to make. I was very nervous. And when I was feeling my hands trembling, I literally put my hand. But it kept me going because whomsoever I looked at and I spoke,
of the best evaluator. Come Shiva.
Party.
And the best of the big three. And so we come to the end of the meeting and my term as the president of this club. We will see you on the second Saturday of